So I want to go through a little bit of the timeline of the Shanna and Jared saga. They got married in 2010. 5 years later, they get divorced, and that's the beginning of these custody disputes. And they both are sharing custody of their twins. So you've got two parents that are involved, which is a good thing, right? You want that. You want shared custody. You want parents that are involved. But you also want parents who are getting along, and that didn't seem to be happening, especially in 2017 when Jared married his second wife, Kirsten. And I'm wondering what Shanna thought about that. Maybe a little jealous, I don't know, because then you move ahead 1 year and all of a sudden Shanna's getting married. She meets Mario at the CrossFit gym where he worked as a maintenance guy, and they got married the same year. How about that? And then it was February 2022, Jared Bridegan shot and killed, and then Shanna gets what she was trying to get the whole time, full custody of those twins. Let's bring in our guest. Joining me in Los Angeles, California, forensic psychiatrist, trial expert witness, columnist, Dr. Carol Lieberman. All right, Dr. Carol Lieberman, 7 years of a custody battle that just never, ever end. Why? Why do you think this was happening?
Yes, I see this all the time, in cases that I deal with as an expert witness. First of all, there are reasons why one parent wants to have more custody, more time, sole custody, and so on with the children, from things like they're lonely, things like they want to control over the other parent, they want to win, all kinds of things like that. But, also it's very interesting to see when they keep bringing each other back to court, because there are various reasons for that too. Sometimes it has to do with wanting to, berate the other person or make the other person suffer, financially suffer, and just suffer, in the courtroom and so on. And other times, interestingly enough, even when it's a very contentious divorce, sometimes that one of them at least still has feelings for the other one. And so they keep bringing the other one back to court because they're hoping in some way that the other person will, realize that, I should never have left this. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's happening in this particular case, but, there are all kinds of interesting psychological dynamics that go on in custody battles.
And then take a look at this from the Florida Times-Union. Her public relations representative, she's got a PR firm, right? Told the Times-Union she was just going to be the last name Gardner at this point, not Gardner Fernandez. Did you see that? Don't call her Fernandez anymore. Interesting. This dynamic between these two. Let's talk about that, Dr. Carol Lieberman. What's your take on the dynamic now between Shanna and Mario? Shanna Gardner, not Shanna Gardner Fernandez.
Right. Well, I think they both could very well be planning to throw the other under the bus. But I don't think, as one of your guests was saying, that we should be already prejudging Shanna, that she's a narcissist and she has a personality disorder. We don't know enough about her to say that. One of the things that I found interesting is that she married these men when she was in a position of control more, because when she married Jared, he was studying. He was a stay-at-home dad. He became a stay-at-home dad, and he was studying for his BA, his bachelor's, and then his master's. And her family's money was paying for this, for them while he was studying. And then, of course, with Mario, he was a maintenance man at the gym. So clearly, she had more money than he did. So what it speaks to me is that she has somewhat of a low self-esteem when it comes to men, that she needs to feel as though she can be in control of them, which, obviously could have some repercussions in regard to the custody. But I can tell you, I have a lot of respect for Jose Baez. I was his expert witness in a case in Florida, and he was amazing. I mean, besides the case that he's well known for, he's very, very astute, and I think if anybody could get her off of this, it would be him.
Very well done by you, Dr. Carol Lieberman, in not saying the name of that woman from Central Florida, whose name I don't like to utter on this program, although it does come up from time to time. And Dr. Carol Lieberman, we can see it already, the contrast between the two in court. She looks much more relaxed. She's got her civilian clothes on. He's got the jail garb on. He's not happy. These two people, even though they're in the same place in jail facing potential death sentence, appear to be in different places right now.
Yes. I think, he definitely does have sort of a lot against him in terms of how the jury, whether it's stereotypes or what, how the jury might see them. And it's going to be a fascinating trial. What also is interesting is how we're seeing such an increase in these kinds of cases. We just had the Adelsons. There were other cases that we've talked about on the show where there's a divorce, there's a contentious custody battle, and then one or the other, and I think for the most part it's been the wife, finds a man to be a hitman, and that's, and then the rest is history.
It is the wife, huh? And something else I've noticed, this is just, I haven't studied it, I have no statistics, but it seems, at least here on Court TV, when the husband kills the wife, it's for another woman. When the wife kills the husband, it's about the kids. I don't know. We'll have to see if there's any stats on that. Great to see you, Dr. Carol Lieberman, as well. Thanks so much.